My husband is blind, but he can still see. I know. That's because blindness is a spectrum. Just because someone's blind doesn't mean they have zero vision like this.
Like what?
We'll go black, right?
Oh, okay. You gotta warn me about the visual effects that you're gonna pull here, Matthew. Okay, like this.
Paul, what qualifies as blind? I mean, we know it's from completely blind to legally blind.
First of all, I want to comment on what you just said, which was the total blackness. I think TV and movies have always portrayed blind people as zero vision. And that's actually done a great injustice to the entire blind community, because most people now think that blindness must mean the lights are completely out.
I know, we picture someone with dark sunglasses on, tip-tapping their little cane very slowly.
The reality is there is indeed a spectrum of blindness. Using the term blind is actually a pretty big, broad umbrella that covers, like you said, total blindness, all the way to legal blindness. Legal blindness, by textbook definition, means that in your better seeing eye, not the worst seeing eye, in the better seeing eye, contact lenses and glasses could not possibly correct your vision better than 20/200, which is like really bad blurry.
Oh, that's bad.
Terrible acuity. That
Because
means
I'm 20/20.
you're 20/20. You can see at 200 feet what a legally blind person can see at 20 feet. I never understood that myself, and I probably didn't even explain
I didn't
that
either
very
right
well.
now.
Okay.
I just learned.
Listen.
I'm today years old.
Okay.
When I understood that.
Well, interesting. There's a second part to this. And
Okay.
we have a field of vision which is approximately 180 degrees. And if that field of vision is less than 20 in the better seeing eye, it sounds like a broken record, then you are also legally blind. You might have both of these things going on, or just one, and that qualifies you as legally blind. And if you are legally blind, you are blind. You don't have to identify as blind. You don't have to tell people you're blind. You might want to say you're legally blind. You might want to say I'm visually impaired.
Or I have bad vision.
One I really like that feels very glass half full is I am partially sighted. Why not focus on what you can see?
So, what do you have? What's your acuity? What's your field of view?
This is so exciting, by the way, that I finally get to communicate exactly what I see in depth, because we've never had this much time before. I actually wear contact lenses.
Do you have them on right now?
I do. I'm always wearing them, because without them, I don't even know what my acuity is. It's just like, it's no vision.
It's shit.
But the contact lenses that I'm wearing are able to improve my vision all the way up to 20/60. So, as far as acuity goes, I do not qualify as blind.
Okay.
However, I have 10% of my vision left. I have tunnel vision, and about, I want to say, 15 degrees of vision,
Okay.
approximately. It's very hard for even ophthalmologists to measure that perfectly, but it's less than 20, and it's continuing to decline.
Okay. So last time you got tested, it was 15. So it might be safe to say you could be at 14 or 13 or 10.
The funny thing is, it depends on the room. In the best scenario, I probably have 15 degrees. We might be in a dim restaurant where I may only have like literally 3 degrees, 2 degrees, sometimes none. Total blindness, can't see a thing. So it varies
Yeah.
from room to room.
With corrective lenses, you can get the 20/60.
Yeah, so it's a little blurry.
You have about 15 or less degrees. And yeah, I should say 20/60, that's very blurry. Paul can take a photo on his phone and show it to me, and I'll say, the camera never focused. That's completely blurry. I mean, it would be obvious to you and me that it's a very, very blurry photo. But with 20/60, Paul, everything is that blurry.
Reading is obviously the most challenging thing for me, so I need larger font that I can still read in my little scope of vision, my pinpoint vision as I call it.
Yeah, you read on your phone.
I just enhance the font. I also have to have reverse contrast. It's
Yeah.
easier on my eyes.
White
Did I say
text
reverse
on a-
contract or contrast?
Yeah, white font on a black background, large font, and you read it on your smartphone, and that's the only way you can read now.
Yeah, absolutely. I need very large font. The other day I had to print something off for myself. I will often waste a lot of black ink by printing black paper with white letters. I try not to do that.
Yeah.
So this day I had to print it with
Black
with
font.
black font. I had to go to font size 72. That is huge. But
Print everything in font size 72 if you want Paul to see it.
and I was able to comfortably kind of like read that. I ask most people who have sent us letters before and Christmas cards to me, they will print at 24. But they do often do the reverse contrast.
24, size 24 font works if it's white on a black
I
background.
have noticed lately on my own computer, I've switched to 36.
Size
Well,
36.
So I guess
If it's white font on a black background, but 72 if it's black font on a white background.
oh my god.
Got it.
You're gonna waste so much paper and ink on me. Don't send me anything in the mail.
All
please.
digital, just digital.
Yeah, that's so much easier.
So you have retinitis pigmentosa.
Yep.
You have XLRP-GR.
Oh, you remembered that.
That's the
Good for you.
mutant strain
Mutant. I'm a mutant. That's
Yeah.
true.
that you were diagnosed with when you did genetic testing.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully you've watched the video where we talk about, were you blind from birth? Did you always have it?
Could we just get that to
Yeah,
pop
let's
up
get
somewhere?
that. You
My
can hear Paul's
diagnosis.
entire history, getting diagnosed, realizing he was blind. But let's get back to
Yeah.
what you can
What
see
I can see.
today.
Because this is, so let's just focus on that, not so much about retinitis pigmentosa, but what do I literally see through my eyes right now? Because I really want the audience to know. We have attempted to demonstrate this before by showing tunnel vision and often with the black, totally blacking out the areas that I can't see. But that hasn't been totally accurate. That's why today we're gonna try to be the most accurate I've ever been.
So first of all, let's show tunnel vision. This is an approximation. Right now you're looking at the screen. You are seeing about as much as Paul could see of you sitting right across from you at a table. Can
Yes.
see your one eye,
Right.
and that's it. If he wants to see your mouth, to see if you're smiling or frowning or sticking your tongue out, he has to shift his eyes down to the mouth. Okay, now you can see the mouth. You can see that I'm smiling back at him. And then he has to shift back to the eye. That's it.
But it's a little blurry,
It's a
it's
little
a little
blurry.
fuzzy.
So let's
And-
add a little blur to that.
And it's also a little dimmer than you're gonna see due to the,
Ooh,
the
okay.
weakened light detecting
So we need
cells.
blur,
Yeah.
dimming.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the narrow scope.
so let's show that. Okay, so here we are. We have the little tunnel vision. It's been dimmed. It's been blurred.
Yeah.
Man, this sucks.
Okay, let's zoom out again because it's gonna get worse.
Oh no.
Or maybe this is better.
Okay,
You can tell me.
because we've been showing everything else around it as black.
But can I make a real quick side note about
Yeah.
what you just did? The glancing up and down is so true. I will sometimes look in Matthew's eyes and I will glance down at his mouth to see if he's like smiling or is he smirking.
Is
or
this a joke or is he serious?
Is he serious? And I'm missing the smile, so I'll look down. But Matthew has caught on to me. So now if I quickly glance down, he
I
will
switch the expression.
switch the expression on his face, and then I'll look back up and he'll be smiling
I'll
again.
switch it back
And
again.
if I look down, he'll grimace or do something weird with his mouth, like that. And of course, it just gets me cracking up. So what were we saying? Oh yeah. Okay, so the thing that we've never
We've
really
been
described.
showing it all as black, but it's not black. No,
It
it
is
is
not black.
static.
What is static?
Like on a TV.
In the old days,
TVs
if you didn't get
had
reception on a channel.
static.
And we called it snow as well.
Yeah,
It was
like
like
lots of
all
gray
that
and
snow.
black dots and lines that were constantly flickering, whether you liked it or not, annoying or mesmerizing way,
Right. Could be hypnotic.
constantly moving.
So imagine that now. Filling all those areas that we showed as black is actually, and even as I talk right now and I look toward the camera, I don't even know where the lens is, to be honest. But all of those areas, it's actually cool if I think about it. And if I look at you, it's a little bit cool. It's moving light, it's popping, it's constantly popping. It's that snow, it's that static. It moves, it undulates, it worms around. And I know what it is. My brain is borrowing from everything in the room and trying to fill in what I cannot see. It's doing its very best.
Is that moving static in color?
I think it can kind of borrow muddy colors. It's hard to say. Sometimes I see green, like a lime green or a chartreuse popping. Yeah, sometimes like these random colors, almost like fireworks, can fill the whole area.
Okay.
And if I'm thinking about it, it can drive me a little crazy, but thankfully most of the time, my brain tunes it out.
Okay, so let's do that right now. So let's go to tunnel vision, add a darkening, add the blur, and now let's fill all that blackness with static. This is what Paul sees all the time, 24 hours a day, maybe in his dreams. Let's do another video about your dreams.
How do I dream? What do I see in my
Yeah,
dreams?
I want to know about your dreams.
Okay, I will keep that locked in secret until then.
Paul, we actually have some printouts of your last test.
Right.
This is the octopus test that really brings together and shows, to the best of doctor's ability, what your sight is, where the light detecting cells are still left.
And then we have 2 of them that were taken 2 years apart.
So we can see the vision loss.
So why don't we take a look at those, or we can show them
Okay.
and share them.
Okay, let's do that.
Where are they?
Right here, they're right in front of us.
Okay.
If you want to see the octopus study results that show both of Paul's eyes in full detail, exactly where he has those little tiny islands of sight, where the cells are completely dead and beyond repair, you can watch that at patreon.com/hisandhis, or you can go right here, tap this link, or the extended video is also right here if you're on YouTube.
You know, it's a wonder I can even maintain such a positive attitude with Mr. like Doomsday right here.
Dying, dead.